comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? Welcome to this episode of a Funko Popcast. I am DK Wrestler.
And I am MD Shady.
And today, of course, it is episode 102 of a Funko Popcast. And this week, even though we do have a little bit of Funko Pop announcements, not a lot compared to what we usually get, but there's still some straight fire, especially near the end of the announcements for this week. But it's also understandable of the fact that just around the corner for us actually would be the FunCon 2021 exclusives being released. So Funko's kind of preparing for that, although they are still announcing some things while that's happening. And then for you guys, actually, as you're listening to this, of course, the I almost said WonderCon, the FunCon, and I felt like I said WonderCon for some reason before. I meant to say FunCon. Exclusives would have released Wednesday, which is tomorrow as we're recording this, for the lottery winners, and Thursday for the shared retailers. So pretty excited. Expect a video on Monday on the channel where I will be on a FunCon 2021 pop hunt / haul. Without further ado, we might as well kick off with this set of Funko Pops that range from July 26th to July 28th. So kicking off, we got ourselves a Britney Spears Oops, I Did It Again Diamond Collection Pop, which this is exclusive to Urban Outfitters, and this is available now on the Urban Outfitters website. Then on July 28th, Funko had announced a new wave of Imperial Palace DC Pops, which we have Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, and The Flash, which those are expected to release as early as September 2021. And then last but not least, for this set of Pops, we have ourselves NFT Pop Digital Pops for Ninja Turtles, in which this is Series 1, of course, the first NFT Funko Pops, which we got ourselves in the order that I have sent here, not in numerical order. We have Bebop, Shredder, Casey Jones, Leonardo, and we got ourselves a Freddy Funko with TMNT gear, in which I should also mention that these are all limited. So Bebop is limited to 1,467 pieces. The black and gold Shredder is also limited to that, and same with the Casey Jones. But the holographic Leonardo will be limited to 999 pieces, and the TMNT gear Freddy Funko will be limited to 2,160 pieces. And these are available now, I think, considering that the website for the NFTs has already launched. All right, so let's kick off with the Britney Spears Oops, I Did It Again Pop, which this is all right. I mean, I can tell that the attire is glittered, but I also realize that the hair is a little bit glitter, and that is a little weird to me. And it's also really weird that we have an Urban Outfitters exclusive for a pop. I'm kind of curious to know what the sticker looks like in that, assuming that's what the sticker looks like is what's on the glam shot with that black circle. I'm sure there's going to be people that are going to get this, but I mean, if you've already found like a Britney Spears pop, then I don't think it's necessary to really get this, unless, of course, you were trying to get a full Britney Spears collection, then of course get this, but I don't know. Not my cup of tea. Then we have ourselves the Imperial Palace Superman and, well, the rest of the DC pops. These are pretty decent. I like these more than some of the ones we've been getting lately, especially the one FunCon exclusive of Deathstroke. I like these ones better than them. I'll go one by one for these pops. So starting off with Superman, which this is kind of expected because we already have that metallic exclusive coming out. That was like a China exclusive, and now it's going to be going to Showcase, I believe, in Canada. I think it's pretty decent for those that can't afford, of course, the metallic variants that are just going up and up in price in the 3 digits. They can get the common variants that will be worth your $14.99 Canadian, or I think it's $11.99 US price. The Superman looks pretty decent. I like the detail involving his, I guess, outfit, even though it is almost like an upgraded suit of his own attire, which is kind of like a down from what I mentioned about the Deathstroke Imperial Palace from FunCon a few weeks back. This pop is pretty decent. They added some detail to look like, yeah, he's wearing an Imperial outfit. And I think it's my favorite one out of them, just because of the fact that all of them look like 2011, 2012 pops, where they're just the arms to the side and there's not really much detail in terms to the pose. The Wonder Woman is also pretty cool. I like the outfit. It looks like an Imperial Palace pop that isn't just looking like an upgraded suit for Wonder Woman. It just looks like it blends in with that whole theme. And I think they did a good job with it. The Flash, though, it kind of looks like just an upgraded version of his own suit. But overall, I think the colors stand out really nicely. And I also wanted to mention that unfortunately for these Imperial Palace pops, they do not come with the red boxes. They have white boxes, which is a little disappointing. It was really cool to see the red boxes for these Imperial Palace pops. And now they're switching to white boxes, which, I mean, the red boxes look really cool with the gold foil. And now it's like, I think red or white boxes with red foil. And it's like, eh. And then the Green Lantern is okay. Not the greatest. I feel like it's my least favorite out of these 4 DC Imperial Palace pops. But overall, these are all pretty decent, though. Then we have the NFT pops, which I totally forgot about Brian Mariotti mentioning. I think when he announced about a master license he's doing, which ended up being Overwatch, which was like, we thought it was going to be like Nintendo. He did also mention about NFTs, and I totally forgot about NFTs. I think at the time I didn't think exactly what was really expected as terms to the NFTs. But of course, in this case, basically yesterday, as we are recording this podcast, Funko on, I think it's wax.com or something like that. I can't remember the exact name. They launched the NFT cards, and basically you buy a certain pack for a certain price, whether it's, I think 5 for, I want to say it's like $9.99 and like 17 for $29.99 or something like that. And you just get a bunch of different cards that range from like common to like Grail, I think it's called. It's more than rare. It's like rare, uncommon. I can't exactly remember the categories, but a lot of these are like the most rare cards you can get in the NFTs. And I know that when you're able to obtain those cards, you're able to obtain the physical Funko Pops with it, which is why we're even talking about this, is that there are physical Funko Pops involved with these NFT Funko Pops of the Ninja Turtles. And I'll start off one by one. Essentially, what I'm going to call it is Blacklight Bebop, which looks pretty nice. I like the blue colors involved and the orange with the mohawk and the purple with the glasses. I think they did the colors very well, but I don't know if I like this colorway better than the Funko Soda that they did for Bebop, or I like the Funko Soda's colorway better than what this Bebop had turned out for the physical Funko Pop. The black and gold or silver and gold, I don't know exactly what they're calling this colorway, of Shredder, this is meh. I feel like this might be my least favorite out of all of the NFT Funko Pops that they have here. I don't know. The colorway looks weird to me, but I can only imagine that a lot of these Funko Pops will probably be worth a pretty penny because they are super limited. The black, I'm going to say it's chrome or metallic Casey Jones. I actually kind of like this colorway, honestly. It makes Casey Jones look very villainous, I guess. And I like how even though it is all black, you can kind of see the details involved with the mask being that kind of metallic-y chrome effect involved with this pop. The holographic Leonardo, this is pretty decent. I like the way that the holographic looks on Leonardo, and I won't be surprised if they eventually do holographic versions of the other Ninja Turtles. I don't know if they have with the like NFT cards. I know there was an Instagram account who actually posted like a list of all of the different NFT cards that you can actually get when you purchase the NFTs from Wax. And I don't know if the other Ninja Turtles also got the holographic treatment or it was just the Leonardo, but I think the Leonardo looks nice, especially because the box is black, which I do like the boxes. I like how it's all black, but I do like how the Funko Pop really stands out with the box because it's just 2 complete different colorways, and I think it looks really, really nice. And then we have a Freddy Funko in Ninja Turtle gear, and it looks like from what I'm looking at, it is metallic, and I kind of find it weird that the Freddy Funko is less limited than the actual Ninja Turtles pops themselves, because most likely you're going to want a Ninja Turtles pop more than you're going to want a Freddy Funko. So I kind of find it weird that they chose 2,160 pieces for this instead of making, let's say, the Ninja Turtles pops more, I guess, accessible. And then let's say make this Freddy Funko the 999 pieces. I'll have to further my opinion when people start actually getting these pops, because I think yesterday, now as I realize, it was like a trial for the app. And then I think today, August 3rd, as we're recording this, is actually when everyone will be able to purchase these NFTs. I don't exactly know. I could be wrong. Maybe it was August 2nd and I'm just not thinking clearly. But these NFTs are all right. And I don't think I'm going to get any of these NFTs. That's a huge gamble to do, is NFTs. And I barely know what NFTs are. I know some companies have started using them, like NBA and WWE. I guess whoever got these, I mean, good on you, but it's just not my thing with these NFTs.
Okay, so starting off with the Diamond Collection Britney Spears, this is all right. Like you said, the hair being Diamond Collection is kind of weird, but also at the same time, it's pretty cool that Britney Spears is getting another pop, especially considering it seems like now for the first time in what feels like forever, Britney Spears is actually kind of in a good place and basically controlling her life. And now, due to her new agent or lawyer, she's out of that, which is great. And I'm assuming she would probably be getting the profits that would be made due to this pop. So that's not too bad. Imperial Palace DC pops. These are all right. It is weird that it is a white box. I think, especially if you plan on collecting all of them, having the red box and having the white box in the set just seems like not a good idea, especially if you collect your pops in the box, obviously. I do think the Superman is the best looking one. I mean, I don't know if it's because Superman is like the DC guy, but I do think that one looks good. And it is, like you said, he is kind of the only one with a separate pose. But I also do like the Green Lantern. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know if it's maybe because it's kind of going against the grain of the red theme and is completely green, but I do enjoy that. And then the other two are all right as well. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this lineup. And then the NFTs. And this is very interesting. And I feel like most people that I've read comments on, at least, it's a toss up of whether you like this or don't like it. I know a lot of people actually don't like it, but I think I'm more on the side of I do like it. I like the pops, and I kind of like the idea that you can collect these non-physical cards, even though I'm very much a physical collector of things. But I don't mind this, actually. And if Canada is allowed to buy these NFTs, I think I may purchase some of them. We'll see. I don't know exactly how many I'd buy, but I could definitely see myself dipping my toes in this. I definitely like the pops. All 5 of the pops are pretty cool. I do like the Bebop, obviously, because Blacklight. I love the Blacklight stuff, and Bebop is cool. I think it looks great. But I really think my favorite is that Leonardo, and I really hope the actual physical pop looks amazing, because it might not look the greatest in physical form. The rest are pretty good. I mean, the Shredder's all right. The Casey Jones is pretty cool, and I'm interested to see what that actually ends up looking like. And then the what I'm going to call Skater Freddy, that is supposed to look like a Ninja Turtle, is pretty cool as well. I did like the Skater Freddy when that got announced, and now that it's kind of Ninja Turtle-like and with the gold, I think it's pretty cool. So I'll definitely be checking out the site at least and deciding if I can and will be buying some of these NFTs.
Are you looking for great pop protectors? Then look no further than popbox.ca. They have a variety of 4-inch and 6-inch protectors in different quantities. Do you want to get 10 protectors, 20? You can get even up to 250 pop protectors over on popbox.ca. And also use our promo code of Funko Popcast for 10% off of your entire purchase of pop protectors. The code is going on until supplies last. So go get your pop protector needs now over on popbox.ca using our code of Funko Popcast to get 10% off, and also free shipping over $75 in both Canada and the US with duty fees included.
And let me tell you guys, we're not just screwing around here. These are some great pop protectors. We own a multitude of these protectors. They are some of the best I've seen. Stop buying from EB Games. I'm not boycotting EB Games by any means, but their pop protectors are not as good. So again, use code Funko Popcast for 10% off.
All right, so moving on to the next set of Funko Pops for this podcast, which range from July 29th to essentially it would be July 30th. So spanning of 2 days First off, we got ourselves a 4-pack of the Blacklight Marvel Pops that first got released, which we got ourselves Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, and Doctor Strange, which this was announced by HMV in the UK, in which this is available for pre-order on their website and is expected to release as early as November 2021, in which it's unknown yet of where this is going to be shared to in North America. But if I were to assume correctly, it will probably be Target in the US and Toys R Us here in Canada. On that same day, Funko had announced a new set of Pop Deluxes for Harry Potter, which I totally forget the name of the actual set that this is a part of, but the first pop involved in the set is the Head Goblin with Gringotts Bank, which this is going to be a Target exclusive set in which this pop is expected to release as early as October 2021. Then on July 30th, Pop in a Box had announced their own exclusive pop of Spider-Girl for the Marvel lineup, which has a 1-in-6 blue chase, in which this is available for pre-order now and is expected to release as early as November 2021. On that same day, Funko had announced a pop of Captain Carter and Hydra Stomper Pop Deluxe for the What If lineup, which this is also going to be a part of the Year of the Shield lineup, in which this is available now to purchase on Amazon's website since this is an Amazon exclusive. On that same day, Funko had announced a Pop Deluxe of Rex with the controller from Toy Story, in which this is going to be a Box Lunch exclusive. And although Box Lunch, as of this recording, has not posted a pre-order link yet and an ETA, Pop Culture has this expected to release as early as August 2021. So essentially this month. And last but not least for the podcast overall is a set of pops for the upcoming Disney Plus series Doug Days, which this set we got ourselves common pops of Russell, Doug with Toys, Doug with Squirrel, Doug with Metal, and Carl, with exclusive pops of Doug with Puppies Pop Deluxe, which will be exclusive to Target, and Doug with Headphones, which will be exclusive to the Funko Shop. And this is expected to release as early as September 2021. So kicking off with the Blacklight Marvel 4-pack, which there's nothing really to say because of the fact that we've already gotten these 4 pops as single pops exclusive to Target like late last year, I believe. And now they're just slapping it in a 4-pack. And this is kind of that same situation we actually talked about last week on the podcast with the 4-pack of Deadpool pops. We have, 4 of the same pops that are already released for the Blacklight lineup. And now they're slapping into a 4-pack. And most likely, if you are trying to get a complete set of Blacklight pops, you're kind of forced to get this 4-pack to actually complete it. But I do think this is also a decent idea because of the fact that some of the Blacklight pops are getting up there in price in terms to the secondary market, and people who may have missed out on the 4 single pops of these characters could get this 4-pack technically and kind of, complete their lineup by just having the 4-pack instead of just having the 4 single pops. Although, like I mentioned, if you are trying to get a full, complete 100% Blacklight set, you're probably going to have to get the 4-pack also, even though you already purchased for the single pops of these characters. But overall, these are some pretty decent Blacklight pops, and it's cool to see a Blacklight 4-pack as terms to the box. The new Harry Potter Pop Deluxe set, which I feel like this is one of those cases of like Funko listening in on our podcast and talking about, oh, what Harry Potter pops could they make next? And all of a sudden, here we go. We have a Pop Deluxe set, which I do like this Gringotts Bank with Head Goblin. I think it's really cool. And I'm pretty sure we have never gotten a Head Goblin pop. And I remember this character from, I believe, the first movie, especially because I think, like I mentioned, I'm pretty sure I mentioned on the podcast when we were talking about the FunCon exclusives and that Harry Potter pop, it could have been a deleted scene. I don't exactly know, where it was listed in the description, 20 years of magic. And I think they're going to be making a whole lineup of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or in the US, Sorcerer's Stone pops in celebration of the 20-year anniversary of the movie coming out. And it's cool that they're bringing new characters like this. And I feel like this was a great idea to announce this pop first, because I think you can clearly tell in the silhouette that the rest of the set is going to be already existing characters. Like the top right, you can easily tell that's Harry Potter. On the top left of the glam shot, you could definitely tell it's Hermione. The bottom left is clearly Ron, And of course, because he can't fit in that frame, the bottom right is Hagrid. So I wish it was like more newer characters and not just revamps of already existing characters that may have 5 or more characters, or if you're Harry Potter, in this case, 20 or more. I don't know, but this character overall, it's cool that they did this. And I could see people actually only getting this pop for the set because it's a new character. But of course, if you're trying to get a complete Harry Potter set, you're probably going to want to get all 5 of these pops. And I wonder if these pops actually stick together like some of these sets do, like with Marvel and the Star Wars, or they're just placed side by side. Then we got ourselves Spider-Girl for the Marvel lineup. I don't really know what to say much about this because, I mean, it kind of looks like Spider-Man, especially with the mask, of course. It's Spider-Girl, but you can definitely tell from the body that it is Spider-Girl, of course. And I like the detail of the spider webs. I think that's the same way they did the spider webs for like the box lunch exclusive Spider-Man with the pizza box. I think it's in that same way also. And it's cool that's also on a stand because Spider-Girl is swinging her webs. So it's cool that she's in midair. Then we got ourselves the What If pop of Captain Carter and the Hydra Stomper Pop Deluxe. I think this is a pretty decent pop. I know this pop for sure got leaked a couple months ago. I remember seeing some photos surfacing, mainly because probably a certain retailer already got it in, like, let's say Australia or something with a special edition sticker. But this pop looks pretty decent. You kind of get 2 characters in one with the Hydra Stomper and Captain Carter, who already have pops of themselves. I think this is actually now Captain Carter's 3rd Funko Pop in this set. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to get this. People are excited for the What If series, and so am I. I'm excited for the What If series. I think now it's next week, I believe, that What If releases on Disney Plus on the 11th or 12th, I believe. I can't remember the exact date, but I know that What If comes out within the week, and I'm excited to see that. And I'm excited to see this scene specifically involved with this Funko Pop. I think it looks pretty decent. And then we're going to talk about some straight fire, one that I almost screamed in the middle of my Walmart over, and that is the Rex Pop Deluxe. This is great. This is fantastic. We finally have new Toy Story pops that isn't Alien Remix or revamps of Alien for the first time in nearly 2 years. I believe the last actual Toy Story pop, besides also the Mummy Woody for that Halloween box, was the New York Comic Con 2019 shared with, I don't know where it was shared with now as I think about it, but I got it though. Oh, Amazon, I'm pretty sure it got shared to. Benson for Toy Story 4. That was the last time we got a Toy Story pop that wasn't an Alien or the Woody that I mentioned. And this is a great looking pop. I think I mentioned actually on our fandom related podcast for Toy Story back in November, one of the pops I wanted to see was potentially a new Rex in a Pop Deluxe form, where it is the beginning of Toy Story 2, where Rex is playing the Buzz Lightyear in Star Command video game, and he is trying to reach for the one side of the controller, but he can't because his arms are too short, and he's wearing the kind of space cadet helmet, and you got the little cubes that spell out Rex, which is really, really cool. I know in that scene, I was just watching it again for preparation for this podcast, that there was actually 4 of those cubes and not 3 of them. But I think it's like really hard to actually tell what's on the cubes, because I think like there's a couple of letters, but there's also a couple of pictures. So I think it's good in a sense that they just went the route of adding 3 cubes and they spelt Rex with them. I hope it looks great in person. I'm sure it will. They always kill it with the Toy Story pops. And of course, I will be getting this because I have collected every Toy Story Funko Pop since the 20th anniversary wave in 2015. And it's cool that we have a new Rex Pop, because that 20th anniversary Rex Pop is getting pretty expensive. And for those that did not get the chance to get that 20th anniversary Rex Pop, we'll be able to get this Rex Pop. And what else is cool about this is, even though it is a box lunch exclusive in the US, that means it's going to be heading to EB Games here in Canada. Or, sorry, I forgot to mention, EB Games is no longer a thing. It is called GameStop Canada now. So it'll be going to GameStop Canada, and it's going to be really cool. I can't wait to get this. I haven't decided yet, now as I think about it, whether I want to get this pop with the special edition sticker, or I'm going to be a little bit of a sticker savvy and wait until I can get my hands on the box lunch exclusive sticker version. Then we have Doug Day's pops, which I actually totally forgot about this series coming out. I remember when they announced a bunch of different series and movies coming out to Disney Plus, and one of them was Doug Days, which is a spin-off of course, Up. And it's really cool for Up fans to get some of these pops, especially because some of them are getting a little pricey, especially when you have new variants of Russell and Carl. And then, of course, they had to make a bunch of Dougs because, of course, the series is called Doug Days, and it's really all about Doug at this point. I'll talk about the pops one by one. Russell looks pretty decent. It's a really cool updated mold compared to the original Russell that we had gotten in like one of the very first waves of Disney pops. Then we got Doug and his many variants, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to be getting a lot of these Doug variants. The Doug with the toys is pretty cool because it's kind of that Pop and Buddy dealio where you have the puppy there and then you have the toys around the neck. And I think it's really cool. You get more bang for your buck for that Doug. And then speaking of Pop and Buddies, you have Doug with the squirrel, which I kind of find very smart because, of course, everybody remembers that scene of Up where Doug is talking and all of a sudden he says, squirrel, and then he just stops there. And I think it's cool that they actually added a squirrel to this. And I'm excited to see a potential scene in this Doug Day series where possibly once again, Doug is like squirrel and he just stops there. And I think it's really cool that they did this. Then we got the Doug with medal, which I'm curious to see what happens with this. I don't know if like Doug like saves someone and he gets a medal from the city, or maybe there's some sort of Olympic scene. I don't know. And he gets a medal. And I like the detail of him with the tongue sticking out because the other pops don't have the tongue sticking out. Then we got the Doug with puppies, Pop Deluxe, which I think this is really cool. I love the idea of Doug just sitting there and there's a bunch of puppies around him. I think this is a really cool way of doing a Pop Deluxe where it isn't just a pop on a base and you maybe got one object. You got a lot of things. Like, I'm curious to know the price point of this, whether it's going to be normal Pop Deluxe price of like 20, maybe $30 Canadian, or it's going to be a little more because you get more bang for your buck with all these little puppies around Doug. I think this is going to be a huge seller. I think a lot of people are going to be buying this pop for sure. And I think it's really cool. It's like the Stitch pop that they released for Box Lunch, where it's Stitch with the ducks, I believe. And we talked about that on the podcast on a previous episode, and that was pretty cool. And now you got this Doug pop, which is also really cool. It's probably my favorite of the set, to be honest. Then you got Doug with headphones, which now as I realize that pop that I talked about with the metal isn't the only pop with the tongue sticking out because you have the tongue sticking out in the headphone one. I'm sure that this pop is going to sell out considering that it is a Funko Shop exclusive and it's from Up because, of course, Up is a super popular lineup. And then you have Carl with the flower, which I'm really curious about this scene. I can only imagine that in this scene, Carl is very grumpy and upset when it comes to this outfit, knowing how Carl is from the Up movie. It's really cool that we have at least one Russell and one Carl. I'm curious to know any more possible exclusives coming down the line, especially when the series starts getting released.
The Marvel Blacklight 4-pack is actually pretty cool. I really like this. And reason being is because I plan on collecting all 4 of these pops and I do not own any of them currently. So this will just be an easier way to get them, in my opinion. I know for some people you might not like this. Normally this is something I wouldn't like, but it just kind of helps me right now. So that's why I like this. Then the new Harry Potter pops. These are going to be pretty awesome. I mean, starting off with the Gringotts Bank, it looks awesome. It looks really cool. And obviously, you can definitely tell what the other ones are going to be, which is kind of funny. I'm surprised they did that, unlike with the Bounty Hunter collection from the Star Wars pops that we've been seeing, where you don't even get a chance to know what it is. But maybe they did this for more hype because maybe people might not like, let's say, other characters and want some of those main characters, which is understandable. Then the Spider Girl, this is all right. The chase is pretty cool. Overall, this is kind of just an all right pop, though. Then the pop for the new Marvel What If series. This is actually a pretty hype pop. Like, this looks really good. Yeah, it is kind of like a 2-for deal where you get 2 pops, which is really awesome. And overall, I think this thing's going to sell pretty well. And then, yes, we have some straight fire with the Rex Deluxe pop. This is awesome. One of my favorite scenes from my favorite Toy Story movie. And yes, I do remember you saying that this would be a good idea for a pop. And wow, did it ever turn out so great. And I'm super pumped to get this because I am one of those people that missed out on the Rex, even though technically I did buy one, but it was not for me. It was for DK. So yeah, this is really awesome. And I can't wait to get my hands on this to add to my Toy Story collection. Then the Doug's Days pops. These are all right. I feel like it's a lot of Doug, but I mean, I guess that's what it is. It's Doug Days. My favorite one would have to be I don't know. The deluxe is pretty cool, but I kind of like the one with the squirrel, mostly because obviously, like you had just mentioned, that is a pretty iconic scene, I guess, from Up. And I don't know, I kind of like just keeping Doug simple. I think it looks good. Overall, all of these pops are pretty damn good. I don't know, there's not a whole lot for me to say about them, I guess, besides this is a good set and it's interesting to see.
All right. So now we are moving on to our segment, The Update, which I actually did forget to mention at the beginning of the podcast that we were doing the segment of The Update, which those brand new to the podcast, The Update, we look back at the July pops. Essentially, we just talked about the remaining July pops, and now we will be moving on to August 2021 announcements as of next week's podcast. And because we did the top 10 list last week, we now have a chance for these pops to actually make our top 10 list since we are now over and done with July 2021, which, of course, like usual, we will kick off with MD Shady, which if you guys want to listen to last week's top 10 list, little suggestion thingy above to go view that.
All right, so my top 10 list did change, not very dramatically, but my number one slot did change, and that's it. It's pretty easy to assume it is the Rex Deluxe Pop. So awesome. One of my favorite scenes from my favorite Toy Story movie, like I said. And I think it turned out a lot better than I could have ever imagined it turning out. So I can't wait for it.
All right. My list didn't change that much either. I have 2 pops added on this list, and it was pretty easy to add what pops I was going to add, considering that July 2021 already was just a fire month with especially the FunCon exclusives being announced. So starting off at my number 9 slot now, it is the Target exclusive Doug with Puppies Pop Deluxe. Like I mentioned, this is my favorite pop for the entire set of the Doug days, and I think you get a lot of bang for your buck there with this Pop Deluxe, where you probably only pay $20 to $30 for this Pop Deluxe, but you get like 5 characters because you get like Doug and then like I think 4 other puppies involved with this. And I think it's a really cool way to sell a Pop Deluxe. And of course, if you know me best, coming in now at number 1 on this list, it is the Box Lunch exclusive Rex Pop Deluxe. This pop is great. I love the detail involved with this pop, and it's cool that Rex gets another variant of himself. Really, really awesome. I can't wait for more Rex variants. I'm sure they'll make like a 10-inch variant in the future of Rex. I think that'd be really, really cool. Can't wait to obtain this pop. Personal reaction, of course, the surprise element, which is usually rare for pops nowadays, considering we have people leaking pops. So that's why it is at my number 1 spot of this top 10 list now. But anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of this week's edition of a Funko Popcast. If you enjoyed this special 102nd edition of a Funko Popcast, make sure you smash that like button. Comment in the comment section below and let us know what some of your favorite pops were from this past week. Let us know your opinion about that Rex Pop Deluxe. Press the subscribe button for more content like this podcast and any other videos we do on this channel in the future, and press the little bell to be notified of when that future content gets released. And if you guys haven't yet, follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It will be listed in the description below. But anyways, guys, thank you for listening to this week's edition of a Funko Popcast, and we hope to see you guys next week for episode 103 of a Funko Popcast, where we kick off the August 2021 reveals. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here.
Cowabunga, dude. Peace in, peace out.